Hey family, how are you doing? Happy Tuesday, and thank you for tuning in and listening. I haven't been live for a couple weeks, so this is super exciting. On the weekend, I hosted a hot seat coaching call, and we were going to talk about weekend creep and hitting plateaus. Turned into a really powerful conversation with Chelsea around challenges and how I've noticed this too. Um, Lots of us are on point during the challenge and then the challenge stops and we fall off. So I want to talk about why that is and how to overcome this challenge. So when the challenge is on, there's a clear start and end date. So focus becomes uber sensitive, right? Um, you're not looking out terribly far. You're focused on just today. Accountability, community, all that stuff keeps you on point. Then the challenge is over, and then no scoreboard, no push, no accountability, and then you're waiting for momentum. And we've talked about this before, where momentum doesn't happen, it comes from action. So how do we create this ongoing challenge mindset? So this is what I came up with. First of all, track, keep one or two habits and track them. I've recently again realized what gets measured gets managed for my own journey, and I am incorporating measuring and walks back into my daily routine. I fell off the wagon, so I'm doing this again. Focus on consistency over perfection. And I want to share something with you guys. When we start our journey, it feels like we're doing like 100%. But what I found, when you measure it, you're actually only typically, not you specifically, but typically, we're at about 70% compliance. So it's a simple exercise. You pick your two habits that you're going to continue and you track them. Now let's take meals, for example. Let's say you eat 4 meals a day, 7 days a week. That's 28 meals. And just track how many are compliant. You met your protein, you got your carbs after your workout, it's no takeout, it's whole foods. You guys know the drill. So track how many of those meals are on point. So if you have 20 meals that are on point out of the 28, that's a 71% compliance. That's kind of standard, particularly when people start their journey. What I've noticed is to get the results you're looking for, you need like 80 to 90% compliance. So that means, say you've got 25 meals out of your 28, that's an 89% compliance. So that gives you 3 meals that are like cheat meals or emergency meal. Like sometimes you just have to eat on the road or whatever, so it's not 100% compliant. 23 out of 28 gives you an 82% compliance rate. So, and that's only 5 meals that are off goal or not compliant. So you can see how you can change your mindset and you can say, I'm only 1 meal away from being on track, right? And so again, track your compliance for the 1 to 2 habits that you're going to continue. And the most important thing might be to have a recovery plan when things go sideways. So what happens when you're running errands and they take longer than you thought and you're super hungry and you need something to eat, or you're at work and you get stuck there so you can't get home for your meal? What are you going to do to stay compliant in those parameters? And then obviously stay connected to community, right? That's huge. These women are so supportive. You can get hints and tricks and tips from your coach and the other ladies. So super important to stay connected to that community. And I want to just close with a thought about around gratitude. So one of the fastest way to lose momentum is to focus on how far you still have to go, right? It can feel a little overwhelming. I still want to lose those 20 pounds or 10 pounds or run that marathon or whatever it is. The best way to stay motivated is to appreciate and recognize how far you've come. So look back and think, you know what, I've already lost those 5. I'm already running whatever kilometers. And then cut those goals down so that they're manageable for you and not so overwhelming. So I hope that helps somebody today. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what's the 1 or 2 habits you're going to continue after this week's summer challenge wraps up. All right, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.